Man, makes me wonder what else I don't know.
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body, too?
I hate to break it to you, but calves are all genetics. Or at least that is what chicken leg people say. The calves are like every other muscle group in our body. And with the right exercise selection and progressive overload, it is impossible not to see results. But if calves are not genetics, then why don't I see results? It is simple. You're just doing it all wrong. However, if you follow the advice and techniques shared in this video, I guarantee you'll be on your way to transforming those noodle legs. Here's a breakdown of the key muscles involved in the anatomy of the calf. The gastrocnemius is the prominent muscle you see when you look at the back of the leg. It has two heads, medial and lateral, which form the bulk of the calf. It is responsible for the plantar flexion of the foot, pointing the toes downward, and helps in knee flexion. Next up, we have the soleus. This muscle lies beneath the gastrocnemius. Although not as visible, it plays a crucial role in the calf's overall function. It contributes to plantar flexion of the foot, but is more active during activities like walking and standing for extended periods. Here you can see the plantaris, which is a small, thin muscle located between the gastrocnemius and soleus. Not everyone has a plantaris muscle, as it can be absent in some individuals. Its focus is mainly to assist in plantar flexion and knee flexion, though its contribution is minor compared to the gastrocnemius and soleus. And finally, we have the Achilles tendon. This strong tendon connects the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius and soleus, to the heel bone, calcaneus. Its function facilitates the transfer of force from the calves to the foot, enabling actions such as walking, running, and jumping. I know, some of you are probably bored by now and just want to get to the exercises. Don't worry, we'll dive into those right now. However, it's important to understand the anatomy of your calves so you can see how they're structured and how they work. With this knowledge and the exercise selections we're about to cover, you'll have a clear understanding of why some people have aesthetic legs and others have noodles. Okay, let's move on to the main part of this video. Today, we're going to rank the best and worst calf exercises using this tier list. S-ranked moves are the pinnacle of exercises, the creme de la creme. Conversely, D-ranked moves? They belong in the let's pretend they never existed category. The criteria by which we will rank these exercises are the following: progressive overload, good stretch on the muscle, and the overall feeling of the move. With that said, let's kick off with bodyweight calf raises. While this exercise can help you build endurance and strengthen the foundation of your calf muscles, it's not the most effective for muscle growth. The reason is that bodyweight calf raises involve a movement similar to walking, which doesn't provide enough resistance to significantly challenge your muscles. Without sufficient resistance, your calves won't experience the level of strain needed to stimulate substantial muscle growth. However, mastering bodyweight calf raises is still valuable for improving muscle activation, perfecting your form, and preparing your calves for more intense, weighted exercises. I'm putting them in the D section. The elevated bodyweight calf raises are a slightly better alternative because they increase the range of motion by allowing your heels to drop below the level of the step or platform. This enhanced range of motion leads to a more effective stretch and contraction of the calf muscles, particularly targeting the soleus. By elevating your feet, you engage the muscles more deeply compared to standard bodyweight calf raises, which can help improve muscle activation and overall endurance. However, while elevated bodyweight calf raises offer some improvement over regular bodyweight raises, they still lack the resistance needed for significant muscle growth. This is why we are placing them in the C tier. A level up exercise will be the one leg elevated bodyweight calf raise, as it adds a new dimension of challenge and intensity. By performing the exercise on one leg, you significantly increase the load on each calf muscle individually, which enhances muscle activation and engages stabilizing muscles more effectively. The elevated position amplifies the range of motion, allowing for a deeper stretch and contraction of the calf muscles. This increased demand helps to build strength and endurance in each leg while also improving balance and coordination. When it comes to bodyweight variations, the one-legged calf raise is definitely the top choice. However, there are even better exercises that can be performed in the gym, which we'll cover shortly. But for now, let's place this one in the B tier. To make this exercise more effective, you can hold a weighted plate or dumbbell while performing it. Adding extra weight will significantly increase the difficulty and allow you to apply progressive overload, which is crucial for muscle growth. With this adjustment, the exercise moves up to the A section. Next up, we have donkey calf raises. I might be a bit biased, but personally, I find this exercise less effective. The biomechanics are quite similar to other variations we've discussed, but I find the positioning a bit awkward and struggle to achieve a strong mind-muscle connection. For these reasons, I'm placing donkey calf raises in the C category. Alright, let's transition to the weightlifting world and take a look at the weighted variation of donkey calf raises. There is some controversy in the scientific community regarding this exercise. While some studies highlight its effectiveness in muscle activation, others argue that it may not be the best choice. If your gym has a specific machine designed for this exercise, it's worth incorporating into your routine. However, if you need to set up a similar movement using a Smith machine, I would recommend skipping it due to its potential setup challenges and reduced effectiveness. With that said, I'm rating the weighted donkey calf raises in the A category, but keep in mind that the availability of specialized equipment can significantly impact its overall effectiveness. One of the best calf exercises you can do is a standing weighted calf raise on a machine. It's easy to apply progressive overload, and the muscle activation you get from this exercise is exceptional. Without a doubt, this is an S-tier move. If you don't have access to this equipment at your gym, you can easily perform the exercise on a Smith machine. Just make sure to use an elevated surface to maximize the stretch and muscle activation. While this variation is still effective, I place it one level below the machine version because I personally feel a difference in the results. Therefore, it lands in the A category. The seated calf raises are a fantastic way to grow your calves because they specifically target the soleus muscle, which is crucial for calf development. Unlike standing calf raises that focus on the gastrocnemius, the seated position isolates the soleus by reducing knee movement. This results in increased muscle activation, better endurance, and a more balanced calf development. Adding seated calf raises to your routine complements standing variation and promotes overall calf growth. It is landing in the GOAT section S tier. Next up is biking. For a pro tip, place the ball of your foot on the pedal to engage your calves more effectively as you push down. This exercise is going in the B category. Another cardio-based exercise that can aid in calf development is the Stairmaster. For maximum calf activation, be sure to walk on your toes. This one is landing in the B tier as well. The toe farmer walk is not my favorite exercise for developing well-defined calves because it often lacks the intensity and targeted muscle engagement needed for significant growth. Unlike exercises that provide constant resistance and allow for progressive overload, the toe farmer walk typically involves carrying weight while walking on your toes, which may not effectively challenge the calves to the same extent. Additionally, it may not engage the calf muscles as intensely as exercises like standing or seated calf raises. This is why it's going in the B section. Leg press calf raises are effective for calf development because they allow for heavy loading. However, they might not be the best option for everyone due to their limited range of motion and less functional movement compared to other exercises. The horizontal leg press calf raise involves pushing a flat platform away from you, focusing on the calves in a straightforward position. In contrast, the 45-degree leg press features an angled platform that allows for a greater range of motion, providing a deeper stretch and more targeted muscle activation. That is why we are placing the horizontal variation in the B tier and the 45-degree one in the A tier. Ready to elevate your calf game with some pro tips? Here's how to get the most out of your calf workouts. Avoid bending your knees. Keep your legs straight during calf raises to maximize muscle activation and ensure you're targeting the calves effectively. Use an elevated surface. Perform calf raises on an elevated platform, not flat on the ground. This allows for a greater stretch and better muscle activation. Aim for 4 to 5 sets with 20 to 30 reps. Calves respond well to higher reps and sets. This higher volume is crucial for hypertrophy in these muscles. Train frequently. The calves recover faster than other muscle groups, so you can train them 2 to 5 times a week, depending on your progress. Keep rest between sets around 1 minute. Pause and control. At the top of each rep, pause briefly and perform each movement slowly with a strong mind-muscle connection to maximize effectiveness. If you want to achieve a Greek god physique naturally, make sure you watch our video series where we rank the best and worst exercises for muscle building.